to have it handy. Properties when I'm prescribing medications, great pocket guide to have it. Poquito habla español. Dual function. Patients with pulmonary carotids when I do my head to toe assessment. It's like a little pouch. It's mine. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Coco. It's here. My real name is Natalie, and today I am gonna do a what's in my nurse practitioner bag. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, share, and hit the subscribe button. I feel like every time I come on camera, I have like this shy feeling when I first start, and then I have to like break the bubble, but anyway, don't mind me. So yeah, so I saw quite a few videos on nurses and nurse practitioners, even medical students, nurse practitioner students, nursing students, essentially showing what they have in their bag. So I thought it was a great idea, so here I am showing what I bring to work. First, let's introduce the bag. So this is my Chanel tote bag in black. I actually got this bag when I went to Paris for my birthday trip last year birthday trip. Luckily when I did get the bag, I did get the VAT refund. So I know there's a whole bunch of talk about tariffs and, you know, price increases. So as mentioned before in one of my previous videos on how to save money on buying luxury items, you can definitely try to bundle shopping abroad and vacationing abroad. And then essentially buy your luxury items then versus when you're in the States, so you can bypass the tariffs, taxes, or embargo, whichever term you want to use. I actually intended to use this for travel, but I haven't been traveling lately because, as you know, I recently bought a home, so I'm getting the home together. So I did take a pause on buying luxury items and traveling as much, but we will resume. So yeah, so I usually alternate between this bag and my MZ Wallace jumbo bag in black, and they're both great bags. Lately I've been wearing the Chanel bag a little bit more because my MZ Wallace bag, actually this is why you should not bring food in your bag. I have brought a banana in my bag and it's been in there, like I totally forgot to eat it. It's been in there for a few days and it kind of split, like a banana split in my bag, mush everywhere. So I cleaned it, it's drying out. So in the interim, I had like a funny smell that I didn't like. So in the interim, we are rocking my Chanel, but I like it because it's kind of subtle, it's not very loud, it's kind of like quite luxury a little bit, which I'm moving towards, and it's pretty handy. It doesn't have as much compartments as the MZ Wallace. Like the MZ Wallace has so much compartments you can get lost in the bag, like quite literally. It can be frustrating sometimes if you forget what compartment you put your belongings in. But I love them both. But I would say the MZ Wallace bag is a bit more like work friendly. So when I was working on the floors as a nurse in med-surg, I was using that bag as well, and it was perfect. Like totally love it. Alrighty, so what I like about the bag here is that it has like a shoulder strap, so I can actually wear it as a shoulder strap, or if I want to hold it by the handle, I can hold it by the handle as well. And my MZ Wallace bag has both of those characteristics too. I can wear it as a strap or I can use the handle. So I like that versatility when it comes to a work bag. Sometimes you want to just kind of grab and go, especially if you're having like a hectic day or you're rushing in the morning. You can just literally grab it, throw it over your shoulder, especially since I usually pack my lunch to work because it just saves money. It's healthier. I think it's a softer life than buying lunch. Some days I do go out, don't get me wrong, like I'll go out to like Sweet Green, or sometimes if I'm feeling like I need a treat, I'll go to Raising Cane's where I work to get food. But for the most part, I prefer to bring my own lunch to work because I feel like it's cleaner, it's safer, I know what I put in it, it's healthier, it's budget friendly, so saves me money. Enough specs about the bag. And this is I forgot what material. The straps are leather, but I believe this is like more of a cloth material. I'll just start off with with the obvious things I bring, because clearly every nurse practitioner or healthcare provider should have a, come on, say it. I'll wait. We should have a stethoscope, right? This is my medic bag that I had for a little while. It's like a little pouch, and this is where I keep all of my medical related items for work. I like to kind of compartmentalize my items, so it's just easy to find, especially in this bag because it doesn't have as many compartments as my MZ Wallace bag. Yes, to no surprise, I do have a stethoscope. This is a black stethoscope. It's iridescent. Fun fact about the stethoscope, I got it as a gift from my nephew when I graduated nursing school in 2014. That's how long I had the stethoscope. I didn't start using it until 8 years later when I got my first nurse practitioner job in April of 2022. Simply because in the hospital when I worked on a med surg floor, it was a very, let's just say, germy. It was very, just a lot of germs, very icky, a lot of contact isolation, and we had disposable stethoscopes on the unit, so I didn't feel like I should bring my my Littman stethoscope that my nephew bought for me. I didn't feel like it was appropriate to bring it there and get it all messy and things like that, so I just used whatever disposable stethoscopes that I had on the unit, and I just kept this because deep down I knew I was going to be in the outpatient setting. I knew I was going to be a primary care provider in some capacity because my goal was to be a nurse practitioner, not from the beginning but early on. And if you want to check out my entire nursing journey video, I'll link it here. It'll definitely walk you through my whole nursing journey, how I'm here today. But essentially I knew that I would need this stethoscope like at some point later in my career, so I never used it until I landed my first nurse practitioner job. Even when I was in nurse practitioner school, I used my old stethoscope from when I was in undergrad school. So shout out to my nephew. I'm able to hear excellent lung sounds. I listen to the carotids when I do my head to toe assessment, bowel sounds, heart sounds, lung sounds. I've been able to pick up, I don't work in, my specialty is not cardiology. I work more closely with patients with pulmonary issues and, able to hear adventitious lung sounds, especially your expiratory wheezing, inspiratory wheezing, some rhonchi. As far as cardiac, I feel like my ears aren't trained to pick up on a lot of murmurs or abnormal heart sounds, but I have picked up a few, like maybe 1 or 2 murmurs. Or at the very least, if I'll hear somebody's heart sounds and I'm just like, this doesn't sound like the normal heart sounds that I hear, and then upon further investigation, then the patient will be like, oh yeah, I do have a murmur, or I do have mitral valve regurgitation. So this is not one of the more expensive Littmans, but it definitely gets the job done, and I love it. And it's iridescent and it's from my nephew, so shout out to him. And then I have my handy dandy pulse oximeter. So this is essentially what it is. It measures your oxygenation, the oxygen level in your blood used through your peripheral fingers. So usually when I have a patient that comes in, and it also measures heart rate, by the way. So a lot of times when I have patients that'll come in, and if they're ever complaining of shortness of breath, or even if their EKG shows that their heart rate is a little higher, a little bit lower, I will go ahead and put on the pulse ox just so I can get a oxygenation and a heart rate in real time and go from there. For the fun of it, let's just check my heart rate. So essentially, look, got a little here on there. So that's the power button here. Oh, and I actually got this from Amazon, so if you're interested in getting one, it was very affordable. So I'm just putting my index finger. I do have some acrylic on my nail, but it should still be accurate. So it's reading, I don't know if you guys can see, and then wait till I get a number. And I've actually been walking more and being pretty active, a little bit more intentional. Lately I am guilty of having a bit of a sedentary lifestyle, so I'm trying, I'm eating better, eating more meals at home, but I'm actually making the effort to actually just be more active, go for my morning and evening walks. I actually want to develop a routine before I commit to a gym, because the plan is to eventually commit to a gym, but I want to be able to commit to, just a simple routine of walking and things like that at home before I actually commit. Alright, so okay, right now it's saying my heart rate is 68 and my oxygenation is, right now I have a heart rate of 64 and oxygenation of 98%. Alrighty, so next, as far as nursing is related, I picked up this practitioner's pocket guide. Yeah, that should do it. So this is a practitioner's pocket guide. Essentially it's by Jim Hancock, and it's everything you need in your pocket. And I really like this book. It was actually recommended to me when I did my clinicals with a nurse practitioner that I used to work with on the floors. Her name is Nikki. Shout out to Nikki. She recommended that I get this pocket hand guide. and I really like it. Some of the resources that I use to guide clinical practice is up to date. Up to date is widely used, as well as the properties when I'm prescribing medications, just to check backwards warnings, drug interactions, contraindications, things like that. And I do use up to date. However, I do also like this hand pocket guide as well. I must be honest, I use up to date more. Excuse me, I use up to date more because when you do use up to date, I feel like it's a bit more current, and up to date also gives you continuing education credits automatically by simply logging onto it, using it, looking up different information, treatment options, care plans, things like that. So I do like up to date. I prefer up to date for that dual function where I can accumulate my continuing education credits, plus I can also, you know, it's a reliable resources to guide treatment. However, I do really love this pocket guide. I feel like it kind of goes through all the systems, your H&P. I'm just gonna pick a random page in the book. Okay, so here I am on hematology. I'm just going to pick a random page, but it goes through all the systems. Again, I'm an adult geriatric primary care nurse practitioner. I'm usually doing adults 18 and up, but there is some obstetrics in here. Pediatrics is in here as well. Here in hematology, it goes through like vitamin D deficiency, folic acid deficiency, iron deficiency, sickle cell, B thalassemia, G6, PD deficiency. It goes through what levels will be low, what levels will be high, their hematocrit, a lot of the symptoms that they would have. So this is like a quick reference, because a lot of times, although a lot of my patients have pulmonary issues and that's mostly our focus, you know, patients, you know, you have to look at the comprehensive picture of the patients. They are just not pulmonary. They have other organs that do sometimes get affected. So I love to have this quick guide in addition to up to date, in addition to the properties, but I love that it's a quick pocket guide. And then sometimes when I'm home and like I'm thinking about a case randomly, I can always like just open up my guide and just essentially just kind of look up something if it's on my brain. Also, they have a language, like for Spanish patients, they have a little mini translator if you want to translate with your patients. As most of you know, I used to work at Wendy's, and I used to work with a lot of Spanish coworkers, so I'm pretty good with my Spanglish. So a lot of times when I have patients and I'll speak a little bit of Spanish with them, then they'll like go into full-blown Spanish. I'm just like, oh, poquito habla español, poquito. Like I have to like tell them like just a little bit. I don't know that much, but I love that this book has that. And yeah, it's a pretty awesome book. There's a place where you can also write notes in. It goes through medical abbreviations. It's just, I feel like it's such a great pocket guide to have, and it's pretty affordable. You can get it on Amazon, but I would read reviews about it if you want to look into that before you purchase it. But I like to have it handy with me. So these are like my 3 holy grail medical related items, and again, it's in my cute little medic bag, which I love. My wallet, I had this wallet for years. Oh my god, I feel like I probably have this wallet, I'm 33 now, maybe for close to more than 5 years or less than 10 years. This is where I keep all of my, as you can see, my wallet, it's not that, okay, that was not supposed to happen. Everything quite literally spilled out, but in everything spilling out, there's still like a lot of mess in here. But so what do I keep in here? I keep essentially ID, debit card, Costco card, my debit card, credit card, Costco card. I also have a BJ's card. I prefer Costco though. BJ's has good stuff, but I think I'm more of a Costco girl. I have my insurance card. Did I mention license? I used to work at Wendy's. Shout out to Wendy's. When I do decide to treat myself to fast food, Wendy's is a good choice because I am a loyal former worker and customer. And you know, they're always promoting to donate to kids if you wanna like buy a Frosty. So I always just give to the cause because I feel like Wendy's essentially raised me. If you watch my nursing journey, you'll see why. So yes, I got my little Frosty keychain here. I have my Frosty keychain here. I don't always get the Frosty when I go there because I feel like sometimes it's just too much sugar. I have my ID still from when I went on to college. Just looking at the card is bringing back trauma from when your girl was stressed out, crying. I'm never gonna make it. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna be a failure. What else do I have? That's interesting. Just a whole bunch of cards. Car wash. I have this little pouch, so I can actually disconnect it real quick. All right, so in the Chanel bag, tote bag, it comes with a little pouch, and here I keep some of my toiletries. So Sephora recently had a sale. Sephora recently had an insider sale. I'm not an insider. I think I mentioned this before. Like, I am not a super self-care girly. I don't do like the facials, the massages, the micro needling, the microblading. I don't even have a skincare routine. I am very ashamed to say that, but we're changing that this year. This year we are pro self-care. We're gonna get it done this year. I'm gonna get my whole life together this year, and I am gonna take you guys along with me. But step number one is, just starting to buy some like products, I guess. So one of my coworkers at my job, she had the Sephora insider sale, and she said she can share the link with his friend. So I was like, let me buy a few things. So I got this Touchland Glow Mist revitalizing hand sanitizer. I saw it quite a bit on social media, so I said let me just give it a try. And what I do love about it is that I feel like the other hand sanitizers that I used to like, the gels that you put in your hand, it can be a little sticky and leave residue, but I feel like this is very dry. It feels very lightweight, very dry, and I don't get that stickiness, so I really love this. So I have that. I also have Alani Grapefruit's lip balm, like a lip glowy balm. So in the mornings, I don't know if you guys can see it, hopefully. I'm usually rushing into work, so I just kind of grab my belongings to get in the car. But once I get into work and I get to my office, I'll go ahead and put on my lip gloss, kind of like freshen up, make sure I look presentable for my patients, because I think it's very professional to look presentable for your patients. You want to look good, smell good. You want to look good, smell good, have a great attitude, be inviting so that they can feel comfortable and feel safe. And then I have an extreme ash problem. Yeah, like specifically my elbows and my hands. I am the type of person that no matter how much I lotion up before leaving the house, as soon as I get outside and the sun hits my hands or my elbows or my feet, ashy, super ashy. So I have the L-Octane cream, hand cream for dry skin, and this has been pretty good. I really love it. I got an extra one. I ended up restocking on this in the Sephora sale. Hopefully you guys can see it. Nice hand cream. Right now, luckily I lotioned up for the video, so I don't need to put any on. But you want to stay moisturized, especially at work where you're constantly washing your hands. And as us nurses know, like, when I used to work on the floors as a nurse, suffered really bad from dry skin. Now I have more time to lotion because I'm not in as much of a high-paced environment. So I have my car key, obviously. That goes without saying. Like, just carry my car key in my bag. Luckily, I don't need my car key to open my door, so once it's in my bag, I just keep it in the socket, and I'm able to basically open my door with the touch of my hand. I also have my house key, and my storm door key. So it's just 3 keys on here. I keep it very light, very simple. The toiletry bag or the miscellaneous bag. So this is the bag, miscellaneous bag. So this is actually, I got this bag with some gifts that were bought from Jo Malone. It says Jo Malone London on there. I believe I showed this bag in my most recent luxury unboxing video, so if you're interested, definitely check out that video. Okay, so here is where I keep my vitamins. So this is my vitamin pack here. You can see it. So essentially, I take a fish oil, a B12, and a vitamin D daily. I also have a ferroglobin that I take a spoonful before I leave for work. I can show that in another video, but it really helps me to have energy because, as I mentioned in previous videos, I have given up coffee, or coffee for sure. Caffeine I have minimized significantly, so I need as much energy, vitamins, nutrients, so I can be fully alert, attentive, and high functioning at work. So right now the case is essentially, I only have 2 days left. I need to add some more fish oils. I actually have to re-up the pack But this is what it usually looks like. I usually put 2 days in each compartment, and it's a total of 8 compartments. So usually I have 16 days worth in here, but I really, really love it. It keeps me on top of taking my vitamins. I take my vitamins once I get to work, because once I get to work, I do eat breakfast. So whether it's a banana, yogurt, whatever it is, once I get something, even if it's a fruit, orange, anything, once I get something in my system, then I go ahead and take my my vitamins. So I have a hair clip. As you know, a lot of times I'll wear my hair kind of long, kind of like what I have now. I just put a hair clip to the back so that it's not in the way of things. A lot of times when I assess patients, I have to like bend down, whether it's to like check their pedal pulses, check if they have any swelling or edema in their ankles, or assess their skin. I have to lean forward to listen to heart sounds, lung sounds. So I don't want like my hair all over my patients, so this clip comes in very handy. I also have scrunchies as well if I need. Oh, it's a little dusty. Just get that dirt off your shoulder. Let's get some dirt off. I usually also have some scrunchies. I do wear contacts, so I always bring extra contacts with me, just in case anything happens I need to replace them. I like to have a set on me. I do also use sanitary napkins and tampons, so I always keep them on me just in case, or just in case a colleague needs one. It's not always about you, and just in case my colleague needs one, or if I have an issue, I always have sanitary napkins. I also bring a mini first aid kit, so I always have Tylenol extra strength. This helps me a lot when I don't really suffer from headaches too much, but a lot of times I have really, really bad cramps when it's that time of the month. So the Tylenol extra strength has been working pretty well for me. Previously, I used to use Aleve, but it is an NSAID or anti-inflammatory, and it comes with its side effect profile being very harsh on the GI lining, as well as nephrotoxic or harsh on the kidneys as well. So I prefer Tylenol. Tylenol original never used to work for me, but the extra strength works really well, so I prefer to use the Tylenol versus the NSAID, which is Aleve. And this is what I personally use. I am not advising anyone to use this. This is just for my own personal use, so I'm done with that. And then just in case I feel like I'm a little bit under the weather, I always bring, so this is basically like NyQuil and DayQuil. I always keep one in my bag, because anytime I feel like I'm like having any upper respiratory symptoms, any nasal congestion, headaches, post-nasal drip, I always reach for one of these, especially with the allergy season coming around. I always like to have these just in case, because once I start getting the symptoms quicker, I start using my medication, I get quicker relief. In addition to, and this is like the store brand of the DayQuil NyQuil, and it has the same active ingredients. I also have emergency. I always carry at least one emergency with me. Again, if I'm feeling under the weather, I like to have one with me just in case I need to take it until I get home. So that's my little medication station. I also have a pack of Trident gum. I actually got the big pack from Costco, so I usually am stocked, but this is the last one. I have to re-up. Quite literally have one left. Crazy. Literally have one left, but I love having my Trident with me, especially after I eat. I'm very not specific on what gum. Like, it could be any, like I like spearmint. Spearmint is my favorite flavor, but it could be Orbit, it could be any brand. I'm not super specific, but I love it, especially after eating lunch at work. You know, you kind of want to freshen up your breath. If there's any food stuck in your teeth, it helps to kind of get rid of that. So of note, I do not, I try my best not to put liquids and foods in my bags. In my bag, as you can see with my other bag, I put a banana in there and it went south. So my lunchbox is essentially separate, and I try not to put, sometimes I'll put like a bottle of water in it, because if worst case scenario it's just water, but I try my best not to put liquids in my bags as best as I can. But the most I'll do is put a water. Like tomorrow I have work, I'll throw in a coconut water, I'll throw in a regular water and a seltzer water. I am quite the water. I'm not the water boy. I guess I'm the water girl. Yeah, I love my water. But as far as food, I try my best not to put food in my bag. I have a separate lunchbox. If you guys want to see how I pack my lunch for work, my lunchbox, I have my waters, my fruit, my yogurt, my lunch. Like I try to come equipped, okay? Like even if I don't eat everything at work, like on my way home, I'll have my orange in the car, peeling my orange on the way home. It helps, okay? And I feel like when you bring snacks like yogurt, granolas, and I think I mentioned this, fruit, yogurt, granolas, it'll curb your appetite. What I noticed, it curbs my appetite from eating unhealthy. So say I went to work and maybe I didn't bring a lot of snacks and I am feeling hungry and I'm kind of like, okay, I'll wait till I get home to eat, and I'm kind of starving a little bit. When I get home, I'll crave something very unhealthy. Whereas if I have like an orange or apple, if I pack all my little snacks and then on my way home I'm hungry, I have an apple, it kind of curbs that like hunger and craving for something super unhealthy. I don't know if that makes sense, but so far it's been working, so I ain't complaining. The 31 Days of Praise, Enjoying God Anew by Ruth Warren Myers, a free gift not to be sold. Okay, I don't know about that part, but this is what the book looks like. I hope you can see. As of recently, I've been more on my spiritual journey, or not even spiritual journey, because I feel like the word spiritual can be weaponized in a way. So let's call it, I'm just going to say my religious journey, trying to get closer to God. Very intentional, not forced. Parents didn't force me, sibling, significant other, nothing like that. But I kind of wanted to get on this journey, but I know that there's a lot of controversy like within the church, within religion, so I just didn't really know where to start. But it's something that I really wanted to do. And then one day when I parked my car at work at this, and there was like a light post where I parked, and quite literally this book was sitting there, and I was like, this has to be God. Like, what's the chances that I'm trying to get on my journey and this book is sitting right where I parked? And you know, I have a rule of thumb. If I find something and I look to my left and I look to my right and there's no one to claim it, and it's like, it's in an open area, it's not like we're in a school where it's not in a building where I can put it in the lost and found, then it's fair game. It's mine. So I'll be honest, I haven't finished reading it, but I only got up to page 31. As you can see, I like bookmarked it. I don't know if you can see my little old time save bookmark. It's not even a real bookmark, but I kind of flagged where I was done reading. But I've been, it kind of got a little bit ruined with the banana split, but it's a book that I do plan to kind of read. I've been planning to read it on the downtime at work. Work has been a little bit hectic, but I do plan to tap back into it. But I'm so happy I have this book. And when I looked it up on Amazon, it had pretty good reviews. So yeah, so we're gonna continue on. Yeah, guys, sorry about that. My camera ran out of memory. So where was I? Yeah, so essentially I keep it very simple. As mentioned before, I don't like to bring too much liquids, foods, things like that. I try to refrain from putting in my bag. I usually use a separate lunchbox, but if you want me to show what I pack for lunch or work, I totally will. I've been in my cooking ever more now that I'm home, and I've been kind of homemaking, making my, my food for work. I do want to start making my drinks to go for work, like juicy and things like that. But yeah, we have to get like the right girl. I need to like perfect my recipes and things like that. But yeah, I'm definitely on a wellness journey, spiritually, mentally, physically. They're all interconnected for a holistic approach, for mind, body, and soul, and overall well-being. So I'm definitely trying to tap into that, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to know what are some of the items you bring to work, whether you work in healthcare, whether you're a healthcare student, nursing student, medical student, nurse practitioner, doctor, PA. I would love to know some of the items that you bring to work in your bag. Are there any items that I brought that you bring as well, or any items that I have in my bag that you are now influenced to bring, or anything that you recommend that I bring as well? But so far this has honestly been working for me, so definitely stay tuned. Speaking of what's in my nurse practitioner bag, I know there has been a lot of controversy, uproar, and a brouhaha about the luxury bag industry, with them being made in China, and how things are being overpriced and we're being misled with embargoes, tariffs, things of that nature. So as you know, I do also post luxury unboxing videos, so if you would like my input, I do plan to make a video that addresses this very soon. So make sure your notification bells are on, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to check out my video where I talk about my entire nursing journey, essentially how I am here today. And if you also are interested in more nurse related videos, spend a day in the life with me as a nurse practitioner as I am at work, as well as what I do at home. So both videos will be linked here, so be sure to check it out. Thanks again so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to get into nursing or the healthcare field or anything that helps to impact lives. Love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Okay guys, bye. Talking about religion, what is that? Let's focus on me. Let's focus. Give me some light. The light.